So today we discuss the topic method of false position, or it is also called regular falsy method. So this is a very important and oldest method to find the root of the equation. It is very similar to your bisection method. So as in your bisection method, first of all we check whether this function having the opposite value or not. So once it has opposite value, we choose that point as your x naught and x1. So we choose 2 points here in such a way the function having the opposite sign, that means one value is positive and another value is negative. Whereas in curve, we just assume here for the understanding, your the value of function at x naught is positive and at x1 it is negative. So the function having opposite sign. So then we draw a straight line here between the point A, whose coordinate are x naught, fx naught, and between point B, coordinate are x1 and fx naught. So once you join this line, this is just a straight line. Uh, so when you join the code AB, equation of line, we know that what is the equation of line, that is y minus y1 is equal to, sorry, y minus y naught is equal to y1 minus y naught divided by x1 minus x naught, x minus x naught. So we just put here in a formula, as your y naught is your fx naught and y1 is your fx1 and y naught is your this fx naught. So we put here, this is our equation of your line AB. So if you see here, as at A the value of function is positive and at B value of function is negative, so this line also cross your x-axis at some point, and that point we just assume is your x2. So when this line cross this x-axis, or when it touches your x-axis, you know that a line touches x-axis means the value of the function at this point is equal to value of y is at this point is equal to 0. So if I am interested in a point x2, so we put in this line y is equal to 0. So if I put here y 0 in here, this line, we get x, and that value of x is called your first approximation of the root by regular falsy method, and we assume this x is equal to x2 because we give some name here. So I'm just replacing the curve AB by the mean of the curve AB, taking the point of intersection of chord with your x-axis as an approximate root. So we consider this point as your approximate root, which is your x2. So we know that at y is equal to 0, this line touches your x-axis at point x2. So just you put here your 0, and this is minus fx naught. So we rewrite this, we just cross, we put here this value is 0, we just cross multiply this x1 minus x naught in your upper side, and lower side we just use this one, so we get this factor, right? And also we shift your this x naught to the left hand side, so we get x naught minus x1 minus x naught divided by fx1 minus fx naught multiply fx naught. So that is your first approximation of the root. So once we get the first approximation of the root, then we again check here the value of the function at this x2. So if you see in this our example, the value of the function at this is your negative, right? So we assume that this root is now lies between the at point A and at this point, right? So we again draw the equation of line directly here, which touches your this point. Actually, this should be touch here, right? So if this line touch here, so again we draw the equation of line between this point A and C, and when we draw the equation of line AC, so when you join this line AC, equation of line, and we put y is equal to 0, at that point your that x is called your x3. So similarly we get the next root, that is x3. So just go through with the statements written here. So if again we check fx0 and fx2 are of the opposite sign, then root lies between your x0 and x2. Then in that case we replace this x2 by x1 by x2 in your this formula, right? So we get the next approximation, which is your x3. Similarly, you can repeat this process up to your desired accuracy you can find. So you can go through, you can find x4, x5, x6. You get, when you last two roots are approximately same up to desired decimal points, you can stop. And this iterative process is called your method of false position and also regular falsy method. So you just remember this as your formula. So we may discuss one example on based on this. So if you see our statement, we have the find the real root of the equation. Equation is x cube minus 2x minus 5 is equal to 0. So by the method of false position, correct up to 3 decimal places. So keep in mind, when you go for the 3 decimal places, you should do your calculation at least up to 4 decimal places, just to minimize your round of error, right? So we have a function here. We just put here the value 0. If you put here 0, the value of function at 0 in this particular example is minus 5. Then again I put here 1. So once you put here 1, its value is, you see here, if you put here, it is 1 minus 2 minus 5, so it is minus 6. When you put here 2, so you can see 2q is 8 minus 2 into 2, that is minus 4. 8 minus 4 is 4, minus 5 is minus 1. So after calculating, you just put here 2, so you get is minus 1. Once you put here 3 in a function, after putting, you can check here, 3 cube is your 27 minus 6 minus 5, so minus 11. So 27 minus 11 is your 16. So if you see here, at these two, your signs are opposite. That means your root lies between your 2 and 3. So we decided here 2 point, 1 point we assume is your x0, another is your x1. Corresponding value at 2 is fx0, which is minus 1, and fx1 at 3 is your 16. So we have the formula here. We already written equation number 2. So x2 is equal to x0 minus x1 minus x0, fx1 minus fx0 into fx0, which is equal to 2 plus 1 by 17, which is equal to 2.0588 after solving. Just put a simple calculation, nothing else. It is 3 minus 2 is 1. 16 minus minus 1, that is plus 1, that is 17. X0 is your 2. So after calculation, you get this value. So now just put this value in your function. So once we put here this in your function, we get here, you use the calculator please, scientific calculator. So the cube of this minus 2 into your 2.0588 minus 5. After calculating, this value is your minus 0.3908. So as this is negative, till your root is lies between 2 and 3, and at 2 it is negative and 3 it is positive. So now we replace the function or point where value is negative, because this value is also negative. So now root lies between your this negative, where function get negative, and where function get positive, that is 3. So root lies between your 2.0588 and 3. So now again use the same formula. Nothing special. We assume this lower value as x naught, upper value as x1. We just rename the variables at this stage, and corresponding value of the function at x naught is your minus 0.39, and at x1 it is 16. So just put in a formula, nothing special. Put here your 2.0588 minus difference between 3 and your 2.0588 here, and fx1, that is fx1 16, and minus fx naught, it's here as per as your formula, multiply with your fx naught. So multiply here by fx naught. Now just simple calculation, you get your 2.0813. So if you see here your first approximation is 2.0588. Now next approximation x3 is your 2.0813. Now similarly again check the value of the function at this point. Again you needed to calculate your fx3 by using calculator. So if you do this, you can get the sign here whether it is positive or it is negative. So if it is positive, you replace x3 from the root, because at x3 its value is positive. If it is negative, suppose, so you can replace your x naught from this, that is 2.058 in previously. So then again you calculate your x4 by using the same formula. So once you do this, kindly do yourself to get x4. Similarly x5, x6, x7, x8 you get. So if you see here in last two, x7 and x8, up to your 3 decimal points, your value of these roots are same, which is 2.094. So your final root is 2.094. So let's discuss one more example, which is your find the root of equation. Equation is your cos x is equal to x into e raised to r. So you just shift this here to the left hand side. So we get fx is equal to cos x minus x e raised to power x. So we require result for 4 decimal. So once you require 4 decimal, your all calculations should be up to 5 decimal at least. So we put here 0, so you get your value is 1. Once you put here 1, you get the value is minus 2.17798. Keep in your mind, please, once you see the trigonometric function in your equation, kindly use or transfer your calculator in a calculation using radian value only, not in degree, because here x is always e raised to x, we always in radian. So this should be also in radian, not in degree, because this x is your in radian value, so this x is also in considered in radian. So that's why we convert or shift your calculator in radian, that I already discussed in a last lecture when we are doing your bisection method. So after doing that, get the value at 0 and 1, and you see here at 0 it is positive, which is 1, and at 1 its value is negative. So your root lies between the point where function having opposite sign. At 0 it is positive, at 1 it is negative. So root lies between 0 and 1. So we assume at 0 as your x naught, 1 x1, corresponding value of function is your fx naught and fx1. We have the formula to calculate the root by using regular falsi method as desired in statement. So we just put here x naught is 0 here, x1 is your 1, x naught is 0, and value of function here is minus 2.17798, and fx naught is your 1. So minus and minus take common, and this minus become positive. So it is 2.177 minus 1. So minus minus, then it's plus 3.17798. And the fx naught multiply, which is your 1 here. So after solving, you get the result, that is 0.31467. So this is your first approximation of root by bisection, sorry, by regular falsi or false position, we say method. So now once you get the root, you put the root in your function only. Once you put in a function, you get the value is 0.51987. So if you see this is positive, so once it is positive, you check the previous roots where you get the positive value. We get the positive value at 0. So we replace your 0 here. So next root lies between your 0.31467 and 1. So again, you assume this as your x naught and x1. So this is your x naught and x1. Corresponding value of function is your fx naught, fx1 already calculated. Now put everything in the same formula. Just replace your left hand side as your right, this as your x3 instead of x2. So just put here x naught. From this we have x1, we have, so difference between x1 and x naught here, divided by fx1 minus fx naught in denominator part, multiply fx naught. So simple calculator you can use, and scientific calculator you can use, and after calculation you get the 0.44, which is next approximation of the root. Once you get the root, you just put that in an original function. So after putting in the function, you get whether this having opposite sign at this point or negative point. So if you see here, it give us a opposite, positive sign. So positive sign means earlier your this point 0.314 having opposite sign, and your 1 is with negative sign. So now we replace your 0.314. So now root lies between your 0.44673 and 1. So again you just put in the same formula, you get your x4. Again you put this value in the function, check the sign, again calculate x5, x6, so on up to desired accuracy. So if you see here, at this point your two decimal points are same. At this level, if you see, your 3 decimal is not same, because if you round off it is 7. At this point, if you round off it is 8. So then again one more step, if you see here, if you round off this, it is 0.5177, and this is also 5177. It is 5. If you round off it become 8, you may go for one more step. It doesn't matter, right? So about to be a similar answer is your 0.5177. Hope so it's okay. So next question is similar to your previous one. It's involve your logarithmic function. So normal calculation, nothing special. You can try this yourself. So one, this is a little bit tricky one. It say find the fourth root of 32 correct to 3 decimal places. So if you say fourth root, we say x, because in equation we always interested to find out the root of equation, that means the value of x. So here, but here we require 32 raised to power 1 by 4, that means fourth root of 32. So we just assume this fourth root of 32 as your x. So if we take the power 4 both side, so this become x raised to power 4 is equal to 32, taking power 4 both side. Now if we shift this 32 to the left hand side, we get here this equation. Now we assume your left side as your fx, nothing special. So just assume your left hand side as your fx. So now your fx we have, so normal procedure, you just put here 0. At 0 it is negative, at 1 it is also negative, at 2 it is 2 raised to 4 is 16 minus 32 is again negative. So at 3 it is 3 raised to 4 is your 81 minus 32 is 49. So if you see here your root, or sorry, function having opposite sign at 2 and 3. So root lies between 2 and 3. So we assume 2 as your x naught, 3 as your x1. Corresponding value of function at x naught is minus 16 and at x1 is 49. So just put these value in your formula of your regular falsy method. Just put, you get your x2. Now check at this x2 the value of function is positive or negative. So you just put this value in your fx2. If you see here it is negative, so previously it is negative at your 2, so we replace this because it is negative at 2 and positive at 3, so we replace where the value is negative, so we replace this 2. So now next root is lies between 2.2462 and 3. So similarly you can go through with the same procedure. You can find x3, then check the where root lies, you know, x4, x5, x6, and you check your desired accuracy. If you see this, so up to 3 to 4 decimal, this give you the same result. If you feel, you can go for one more x7 for the better approximation. So you get your result here. So value is something near about 2.378. Hope so it's okay. So this is your bisection method, sorry, regular falsy method, or it's also called false position method. Okay, I'm stopping here. Thank you.